Do you know something?
To be honest, no, love, but it's a tricky get-up to him, little tinker.
Do you know O?
Me, why should I?
You're the one who's so pally with him.
Jealous.
Joking.
Yeah. Hey!
I'll tell him you've been fighting over him.
Oh, don't bother.
Hey, you'll be thrilled to bits. And when you two have finished fighting with each other, you'll have me to contend with.
Hi. Right, all set for going into town?
I am. I will end up as daft as this lot if I stop here anymore.
Ken, have you ever had a gnome write to you?
Pardon?
A gnome.
Ignore her. I'll explain in the car. See you, Phyllis.
Oh, bye. See you later.
Bye.
We can only get a card and a letter at Christmas. That's about it.
You know, I think that's dead sad, so I do care, honest to God.
Oh, folk have their own lives to lead, don't they?
I know, but I wouldn't fancy not seeing my wee lads for 10 years. A long time.
Well, wasn't all his fault, was it? I never wanted to go with him when he went to Southampton. I mean, I could have done. He wanted me to, but I was settled here, wasn't I? And he went to Germany, and that was it.
So he hasn't even met Sally?
Must admit, I thought he was dead selfish at the time. And you have kids you don't, don't you? You realise it's not that easy. I mean, he was all right. He always did the best for me and our Debbie. I just never appreciated it at the time.
Hey, Kev. Is that there your man?
How are you, son?
All right, Dad.
Come here.
Come on, I'll finish that.
I think it's stopped dripping now, anyway.
That plumber's gonna cost a bomb.
Well, people should get things seen to when they're advised. That way they avoid unnecessary expense. I'd always cut corners with Mr. Dyson. You could never tell him anything. It's much better having you here. A caretaker on the premises.
Are you gonna get dressed?
I'd turn the heating on if I were you. It'll help dry everything out.
Yes, I probably will.
You know how one thing can lead to another with houses as old as this, if you're not careful.
I dare say you're right.
Of course, it doesn't help fixtures and fittings when folk play football indoors. I have mentioned it to Jamie.
Have you?
More than once. Could I just say, and I don't know if it's an appropriate moment, but perhaps there isn't always an appropriate moment to say, I was sorry about your bereavement. Tricia told me you'd lost your husband.
Yes. Well, life goes on.
It seems a funny thing to say that, doesn't it, when someone's died? Was he very old?
No.
Was it sudden?
Yes. Look, I'd better get this bucket emptied, and you'd better get your room sorted out. I haven't got all day.
Oh, you could pop up to my room and help me if you got 5 minutes. I am assuming it's part of your responsibilities.
She's left me.
Elaine?
Just after Christmas. Did you get me letter?
Yeah.
Well, it was a couple of weeks after that. No warning, nothing. I didn't know there was anything going on. Came back one night. There was not even a note.
Why?
Well, there was a phone call eventually. Could you come back and get the rest of the things?
And what about Carl?
He took him with her. Anyway, she turned up. She was very sorry that she'd met somebody else. Turned out to be a bloke I work with.
You're joking?
The foreman. Anyway, I thumped the swine. Yeah. That's when I lost my job.
Who's that with Kevin?
Oh, it's his dad. Yeah, it seems he used to live down the street. I bet Alf will remember him.
It's very rugged, isn't it?
Struggled on. But after a bit, there ain't so much point. First time I'd been on my own ever. I was so miserable.
Hey, you're all right for money and that, aren't you?
Hey, Oh, yeah. Anyway, I thought the only thing I can do is to get right away. Make a clean break. Do something else. I don't know what yet. I've given up thinking that she'll change her mind. I've got past that stage. I miss the lad, though. I've no idea.
You got much introduce me to your dad, Kevin.
Hey? Sushi. Oh, yeah.
Audrey.
Gail's mum. No. Right. Be married to Brian.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Here, get us another couple of drinks in, Kev.
Hey, someone's got to get back to work this afternoon.
Rubbish. Have you heard him? For long. I haven't seen him for 10 years. Will you have a drink with us,
Audrey. No, I've got... Oh, go on then. Gin and tonic, please. You know my husband, Alf Roberts.
Oh, I remember Alf.
Well, don't let that put you off.
Do you think you could give us a hand now, only we're very busy?
Oh, why not? It'll take my mind off this business for 5 minutes.
Do you know, you're going to make yourself poorly.
Ah, well, if I do, nobody can accuse me of giving in lightly.
Well, why don't you just resign yourself to it? You've seen how happy she is.
Happy? Oh, she's happy now.
Oh, yeah, the way she bounces about, big smile on her face. Now, if anybody deserves a bit of happiness...
Look, I know she does. But how happy do you think she'll be in 2 years' time? Because sooner or later, whenever it suits him, he'll be off. She'll not see him for dust. When he's whittled his way through half her brass, when he's taken what he wants, and he will. Oh, and he'll always have a reason, he'll always have an excuse, but that'll be the upshot. How happy do you think she'll be then, eh?
Well, anyway, if you could give us a hand. You know, when you feel, you know...
Yeah, you need to sign that.
I had it all planned, you know. I thought we'd be able to go in there, get the birth certificate altered, and that would be it.
Yeah, well, you didn't allow for the slow wheels of bureaucracy, did you? It was still a very pleasant surprise, anyway.
There you go.
OK, get a stamp.
I bet you wondered if I'd fixed up for us to get married on the quiet, didn't you?
Well, it crossed my mind. Very briefly. Oh, we do need the old birth certificate to go with this form.
Here you go.
Thank you. Right, well, I better get this posted quickly before you change your mind. Or decide that I'm not his dad after all.
Oh, yes. And don't pause to drink your coffee first. You can never be too careful with me, you know.